Welcome back to the Force Feed. In today's gaming news, Dark Souls 2 gets a release date, Magic 2014's first expansion is now available, and after 5 years, Warhammer Online is closing up shop. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Force here with your day's gaming news. First up today, Dark Souls 2, the game which is bound to kick my butt over and over again, has finally gotten a release date and it'll be coming out early next year. The console versions of Dark Souls 2 will be launching in North America on March 11th and Europe on March 14th. According to a Namco Bandai representative, the PC version will be coming shortly thereafter, although no time frame was given. Collector's editions were also revealed, offering the game, an official soundtrack, a 12-inch figurine, art book, and a cloth map of the game world. So as of this moment, we're about 6 months away from the launch of this game, and I, for one, like many of you watching this, cannot wait. Now, it is important to keep in mind that these console launches are just for current consoles, the 360 and the PS3. The PC version of the game will be coming out sometime after, but we don't have any time frame, so we don't know when exactly that's going to be. And actually, I have no idea as to whether or not this will be coming to next generation consoles. From what I saw so far, it's just current gen consoles and the PC, but if that's incorrect, I'm sure someone will let you guys know in the comment section below. Next up in news, we've got the first major expansion for Magic 2014 Duels of the Planeswalkers, adding a bunch of new decks, and hopefully it'll get me back into the game. The first major expansion for Magic 2014 includes 5 new playable decks along with a new campaign level and challenges. The expansion is currently available on all platforms for $5. Let me just explain what I mean there. I'm still all about Magic and I'm still playing Magic 2014, but the current metagame has really been kind of garbage because it's the same 3 decks that we keep seeing over and over and over again in the matchmaking system. So hopefully this set of new 5 decks is going to be competitive, and it'll be something that adds new flavor and some new exciting matchups to the multiplayer, which I'll be conveying to you guys in Friday Night Magic episodes. Also, I will be covering the expansion today and then tomorrow as well, so stay tuned for some of that footage coming up. And last up in news today, a little bit of sad news for those fans of the Warhammer universe. Warhammer Online, after 5 years of running, will be shutting the doors down later this year. In a letter sent out yesterday to the game's subscribers, Mythic announced that Warhammer Online will be officially shutting down on December 18th, 2013. Unfortunately, as with all licensing deals, they do eventually come to an end, the letter said. We thank you again for your dedication and support over the last 5 years. So Warhammer Online first launched in 2008, and I vividly remember the time leading up and to that game's launch. You know, this was an MMO that had a lot of promise. It looked to have some of the fundamental and basic elements that World of Warcraft had, the game that launched 4 years prior and at the time was sort of in its prime, but it was also giving that Warhammer spin, and a lot of people, myself included, were very excited for that game. Unfortunately, it seems that beyond the early level experience, the game just didn't hold up, late game just wasn't there, wasn't interesting enough, and there wasn't a lot of support. Now there's multiple ways you could look at that. Some people would say the game failed because there wasn't any support, but another thing you should think about is maybe there wasn't any support because the game was just failing. It's tough to say, but either way, it's sad to see what at one time was a game many people were super excited for. It's sad to see the doors on that closing, although from what I understand, people really haven't been playing it in recent years, and that would make sense as to exactly why this is shutting its doors, closing up shop, whatever phrase you want to use. Warhammer Online, as of the end of this year, will be no more. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of the show. As always, let me know what you guys think about any of the topics discussed here today in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. Dark Souls 2 is gonna kick my butt. Dark Souls 2 will leave my life in a rut. That was good. Dark Souls 2 is gonna make me sad. This Dark Souls 2 song is really bad. Thank you! Thank you very much!